Hi everyone, my name is Marta. I'm very glad you're here. Thank you for spending time with me. Today we're going to be doing a couple of things. So first of all, we are going to be creating a reading spread for a recent book I read called The Dead and the Dark by Courtney Gould. And then as part of the process, we are also going to fill in the annual pages for this book, which I think it's the most satisfying thing to do, just mark everything off. So to start with, this is my December monthly page. It looks pretty bare right now. It always starts like this. At the beginning of the month, the only thing I do is identify my TBR, and mostly I base it on readathons that I'm participating this month. Some of them are annual and some of them are monthly. Just one of them is monthly usually. I will talk about that in a second. When I am done with the month of December, I fill in the rest of the spread so it looks something along these lines. And then here I have a calendar of all the different books I read this month already. It's been a slower month for me than usual. It's been very social. And so the time I usually spend reading, I spend socializing, which is not necessarily a bad thing, just not my usual, I guess. And yeah, today we will be talking about The Dead and the Dark. This is the readathon, the monthly readathon I'm participating this month. It's by Amanda Maid. I will link her in the description down below. I'm very excited. I have picked the books, but I have not yet started proper reading them, but I still have time, so I'm optimistic. I'm positive about it. And the current state of my December is a little bit messy at the minute. It happens, sometimes it's completely fine, I will catch up, but just to give you a quick overview. So this is the first book I finished in December, The Prophets. I finished it at the beginning of December, now it's like halfway through December, and I started decorating, but I did not write it down. So it does not make sense for us today to go into this because, again, it's halfway done. So we're gonna skip this for now. Next, I finished Keeping 13. But it's the second book of a series, so again, I didn't think it made a lot of sense for us to do that together. Small things like this, it was a very short book. I listened to it on audiobook. It was only 2 hours, I believe. So I don't have much to say. Again, I don't think it's going to be very useful for you to hear about it. Credence, I'm not sure how to pronounce this. This book was a train wreck. That I could not stop looking at, but I should have stopped looking at it. It's a very complex, I have a lot of complex feelings about this one. It was very ridiculous. I kind of regretted finishing it, but also I could not stop reading, so it was messed up, this one, so I don't want to necessarily put a spotlight on this. Ruthless, again similar to Keeping 13, is the second book in a series, the Zodiac Academy, so it didn't make a whole lot of sense for me to do that with you guys. And finally, The Dead and the Dark. This is what we are going to be doing today. And you're going to be able to see the rest of the spreads when I do 2025 flip through at the beginning of 2026. So they will be completed, just not in this video. So let's start. I always start in the same way. For 2025, I have stuck to the same format. And actually, let me remove this post-it because these pages are so thin that you can see. And that can be distracting. There you go. And before I forget as well, let me light this candle. It is still a pumpkin candle. I'm still in the pumpkin season, even though it's mid-December, and that's okay. I'm happy about that. So I always start the same way. I count 9 spaces, draw a line, so let's do that. I also have I second guess myself. Also, what often happens is that I already have, when I work on a spread, most of the time the previous spread is already done, and so I can see through the pages where the lines are, so it's way easier that way, but it's not the case today. That's completely fine. Then I go in with the title, and again, usually I'm able to see from the previous spread where the title should go, which is not the case this time, but I can do this and hopefully, yeah, there you go. Let me turn this around because I write sideways. So this is just the title. And then I go author. Publishing year. So this book was published in 2021. Genre, which is horror. And then I will write the compile system that I've been using for the last couple of years, which rates the book in 7 different categories. So in case you are not familiar with that, is characters, atmosphere, writing, plot, intrigue, logic, and enjoyment, and then a total. For 2026, I will be introducing a new rating system. It's the most recent video in my channel. I will link it in the description as well as in the cards. And I have called it Forest System. And I'm very excited to use it. Right after that, I also go for the format, which in this case was an ebook. And I believe this book, this choice, was part of readathon, as I mentioned in the beginning. So usually I put the logo of the readathon here. I will do that at the end when we go to the beginning pages, and I'll have clarity on what readathon was it part of. And then the last thing here is the cover. I always print the cover as well. Somehow it's in the middle. Also, these two, when the wolf comes home and hurricane season, are the ones that I'm currently reading now. When the Wolf Comes Home, I'm listening to it on an audiobook. Is by Nat Cassidy, who wrote Mary, one of my favorite books. It was my favorite book in 2024, I believe. 2023, maybe. So I'm listening to that one, really enjoying it. I'm halfway through. And Hurricane Season is by Fernanda, Melchor. And I'm reading it in English, which in hindsight, I think it was a mistake. It was an oversight on my part because I speak Spanish. I'm from Spain. And so I'm pretty sure the book was written in Spanish originally, so I should have stuck to that. Also, I don't know why I cut this now. Riveting content, guys. We'll do that later. But yeah, this is where the book goes. But yeah, Hurricane Season, I am also enjoying it. It's very interesting the way in which the author chose to write the book. The sentences are extremely long, but somehow it does work. Okay, so here we go. We have this bit done. And next is the fun part, which is decorating the page. I don't always match the cover to the page, but it's kind of purple, and you know what, I have quite a lot of purple washi tape for some reason. So this is my purple washi tape collection, and let's work with that, see what we come up with. So my process basically is just get some supplies out, and I don't I don't overthink at all. I just go with my guts. Like these two together, and probably we need like a solid one. It could benefit from a solid color. That's too dark. This one, or I like that one better, I think. Yeah, I like this combo. Now what do I want to do? Do I want to just go? I think I'll just put it in the top like this, and probably here in the bottom, the opposite side. I feel like that tends to work well. And then I will layer them without touching, so one after the other. There we go. It's strange because usually when I do this, I am listening to an audiobook as I scrapbook and create the journal, so now it's just quiet for me. I need to get comfortable with that, you know, like quiet time. Okay. And one more here. Oops. There we go. Good starting points, but I want more, of course. So let's see what I have. Maybe some of this could work. Or the bigger ones as well. Kind of like this one. Okay, so I am between these three. I think, see, this one probably goes better with the washi tape, but it's gonna be a very cold spread. But it probably makes sense, doesn't it? I mean, I'm gonna go with the first one, just because it's the one that caught my attention the most. And how do I want to approach this? I might be able to use both actually. Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna cut it in the middle, rip it, and I don't tend to like harsh lines in my spread, so I'm just gonna rip all the different parts. This one is gonna come to the edge, yes, and then this one I'm gonna mirror it so it looks intentional basically. So I'm gonna mirror the same thing here. Oops, there we go. And then I am gonna somehow, oh gosh, this is nice though, isn't it? Do I want to go around like this? Because initially I was about to split it in half, but then this flower is just so pretty. So let's do this for now, see what we think. I'm happy with that one, yeah. And then actually maybe we can use these scraps crap in here and this crap up here. Yes, I like that. What I'm missing is something in here. What about this? No. Let's revisit the options. This is the one I picked first as well. I like this here. It's not gonna pop up enough. Do I want to bring this flower? I want to bring this flower in. Let's see. Now, I'm not sure if it goes with what I've been doing so far, but also it's kind of cool. I do like this border though. Let's do that. And then for here, let's see how this one looks. Yeah, I might go like this. Or this is more colorful, this one. Oh yes, let's go like this. I'm happy about that one, yeah. So now we tidy up the mess a little bit and we glue. I did it earlier already, but one of the things I do recommend is just use a piece of paper on the table or whatever it is that you are gluing, so you don't stick the desk or whatever it is that you are gluing. I feel like that's a good advice. I see a lot of people just raw dogging gluing, and that's a skill I definitely do not have, for sure. So I just come here on the side and glue it like this. I always use the same glue. I swear by it, just the Brit original. I feel it's such a forgiving glue stick. Once you stick things, if you change your mind about them, you can move them. As in, I'm very happy with this, but I can like go up and go down very seamlessly. And I feel like, again, yeah, it's very forgiving. I have tried different glues. This is the one that works the best for me. It doesn't wrinkle the pages either. Some of the glue sticks I've tried in the past, cheaper ones probably, they wrinkle the pages, which it's not ideal. And this one, yeah, it's the one I've been using for a long time. Very happy with it. I brought the pencil out in case, oh, see, this might be useful. When I layer things, if, when you remove them, you're not sure where they're gonna go, you put them down before you glue them, then you remove them and you're like, oh no, where was the spot they were in? I just, pencil, and then it's gonna be covered anyway, but that way it guides me when I go to glue, because if not now, I'd be like, oh no, what was the spot I wanted it? Here is the spot I wanted it. There we go. And then this is gonna go on top to layer it on top of it. Nice. And lastly, these two pieces. All right. Probably I would like to create a little bit of a a little bit of a border around it. What color should we go with? Maybe this one, purple. Let me go with the thinner tip. Yeah, just a little bit here, a little bit here, and then here, just to bring it all together. There we go. Great. I think I'm happy with the decoration, how it looks like right now. Let me just trim these edges actually. Okay, good to go. And the other thing I do before I start writing about the book, my thoughts, the plot, the characters, what I do is I always start with the first sentence of the book. I find it a very coherent way to start the spread, and sometimes it helps with reflection. In hindsight, when you have finished the book, it's interesting to see how the author chose to start it. So let me bring that up and let's write it. I always write it in black pen, start with quotes, finish with unquote. And in this case, it was an interlude, okay? Okay, and this book starts for the first time in 13 years. It snows in Snakebite. I feel like rain and snow are mentioned a couple of times in the book, so yeah, if that's related, it's interesting to see that. Let me just do this a little bit better, honestly. There we go. And next, what I'm gonna do is basically just write about the book. What I write is gonna have a spoiler, so please proceed with caution. If you want to read this book, it's gonna ruin it for you if you read what I write. But what I'm gonna do is in the voiceover, I will just explain to you what the book is about without any spoilers in case you are interested to pick it up. So let's do that. In this book, we follow Logan. She's 17 years old and she's forced to go back to her dad's hometown. The hometown is called Snakebite. Her dads are famous ghost hunters on TV, so she has not had a quote-unquote normal life growing up, and she has a complicated relationship with them. Teenagers are disappearing and they are dying in Snakebite, and this started to happen when they came back to town. So people are suspicious of them as a family and they are not very impressed about their return. They are also close-minded, and the fact that they are a gay couple doesn't sit well with them, so there's quite a few trigger warnings there just for your awareness. Logan quickly realizes that the town holds secrets and her dads know them, but they are keeping the past away from her. So she becomes very curious and she can't just sit with that feeling. She has to go out and explore and get to the bottom of it. We also follow Ashley. This is a dual POV book. She is 17 as well, and she is the girlfriend of the first teenager that went missing. She is Snakebite's sweetheart, and when she and Logan team up, they end up uncovering the underbelly of the town, and in the process, feelings start to develop. According to Goodreads, The Dead and the Dark is about the things that lurk in the dark corners, the part of you that can't remain hidden, and about finding home in places and people you didn't expect. Which I think I do agree, it sums it up pretty well. It was a pleasant surprise for me. It has been on my TBR for a long time, and I kept putting it off for whatever reason. But I'm very glad I read it. It is a YA horror, and although I don't tend to connect with young adult books because I am not the target audience, I enjoyed this one, so I do recommend it. It is dark, it is horror, and it is engaging. Pick it up if you are interested in those themes. Okay, there you go. So I have written about the book now. Next, I'm gonna rate them according to the compile system. In terms of characters, I'm gonna go with an 8, atmosphere 8, writing 7, plot 7, intrigue 8, logic 7, enjoyment 7. And I will add that up and divide it by 7. So that's 52 divided by 7, 7.4. Let me make a note of that, but basically 7.4 translates to 4 stars. I will come back to this in a second. What I'm gonna do first, before I completely finish this spread, is go back to my first journal of the year. This is my second one. I started it in July 2026, so I'm gonna go to the beginning of 2025, that journal, part 1, and I'm gonna do my favorite thing, honestly, like the most satisfying thing. So I'm gonna go through the pages and just fill it in. So as I mentioned, 7.4 translates to 4 stars, and then I will cross this off. I added this book to my TBR back in 2021, so it's one of the oldies. It's right here, and it just feels so satisfying to cross that off. It's been on my priority TBR for in so many different occasions, and for some reason I kept postponing and missing it, and it was a nice surprise. So I'm very glad I get to cross it off. Nothing to do here. I ran out of space here back in August, so I can't fill anything up. Here, yes. And I usually do it in order. As I mentioned at the beginning, this book is not the next one chronologically. I have skipped quite a few. For what I do here, it does not matter. So here it just highlights all the different books I read by month. So it doesn't matter the order in that sense of when I finished the book in December, because it is in December. And I color coded. So the last color I used was this one. I have my key in the back. 104. So the next one, yeah, it's 108. Okay, I don't know why I took this one. Oh, this is not the one. Oh yeah, of course it is. It's because it's the next month. Sorry, I was just confused because this is the first book I'm capturing for December. I freaked out there for a second. Okay, done. Then I have genre trackers. So The Dead and the Dark is horror. I ran out of space in horror, so I tallied it up. I added one more bar. It was a 4 star, so this one I color coded, and I need to check when I finish the book. So this is where this bit is helpful. So The Dead and the Dark, I started it the first week, and it lasted me quite a long time. So I finished it on the 21st, but I finished 2 different books on the 21st. No, the 15th, isn't it? The 15th. I was about to say it's not the 21st yet. The 15th. So I'm gonna split the cell like this, and I have captured that I finished Ruthless Bay before. So here we go. 4 stars. Nothing to do here. Physical TBR, physical books. It was not a physical book. It was not a by that bullet book. Not part of a series. Nothing to do here. Not part of book club. This is books that have movies. Nothing to do here. This is DNFs. Nothing to do here. And then we come here, which is a list of all the different books I read. And here, yes, I have put a note of leave 5 spaces blank. And then the 6th one is The Dead and the Dark, because I want to first capture the ones I finished in December. So 5 spaces, and then The Dead and the Dark. And it was 7.4, which again translates to 4 stars. So I'm gonna just cover 4 stars. Let me remove this now. And then we go into the readathon. So yeah, The Dead and the Dark was part of the Buzzword readathon. So what I do is I have these very cute stars. And also let me get this out as well. So this is the logo that I found on Canva, I believe, for the Buzzword readathon. So every time I read a book that belongs to the Buzzword readathon, a book that I read because of a prompt in the Buzzword readathon, I add this tiny bit. Let me also do this. There we go. And with this book, I have completed the Buzzword Readathon Word Challenge. Look how satisfying. Nice. Of course, it does not have to do anything with the year of cover. I don't use the same book for different prompts, and it doesn't have to do as well for the year of Aldea. That's it with this one. Let's finish off the spread itself. So I will add the beam. And I usually put it here. And below that, I'm gonna put the rating so I can see at a glance what was the rating of this book. And I have this stencil that came with a notebook. And this is what I use, as you can tell, because it's all dark and inky. And I just go 4, and they're gonna be wonky. And I don't care, it's all good. Oh my gosh, they are spaced out so badly as well. It's very organic. You know, this is a very organic channel. Don't even worry about it. While I do this as well, before I wrap all of this up, I wanted to let you know that the next video is gonna be next week. I am aiming to post a video a week, and it's gonna be something a little bit different. So I'm just gonna be talking about all the 5 stars I gave in 2025, and yeah, just reviewing them a little bit, and that way you get to know me a little bit better. I'm also planning on using like Pinterest boards for the aesthetics, which I think it's going to be very nice. I'm going to plan it this weekend. I'm looking forward to it. But here we go. This is the completed spread of The Dead and the Dark. And actually, yes, this is the completed spread, but the very last thing I'm going to do is cross this one. Oh, look how satisfying. Lovely. I hope you enjoyed the video. I definitely loved creating the spread. It was pretty simple, pretty quick, not a lot of self-doubt, as you could tell. I just really enjoy sharing this with you. Let me know how your month is going reading wise. Has it been a social month like mine and your reading has slowed, or actually it has picked up because you've been at home more often? I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a good day. Remember to be kind to yourself. Bye!